This is Damon Stevens, Federal Builders. Today is Wednesday, February 2nd, 2022. This is stock market update for our trades of the day. So let's take a look and see what's going on in the market. Looking at the market, you see the Dow Jones closed up 0.63%, NASDAQ up 0.5%, and S&P 500 up 0.94%. And you can see our FANG stocks did pretty well. And except for Tesla, Amazon, they were down a little bit, but overall the rest of them did pretty well. Kind of mixed in most areas, but overall strong market, strong bulls. There's nothing on our scanner today that we traded or hit our criteria. You can see here the Dow Jones was just a slow grind up. NASDAQ kind of chopped back and forth, and same with S&P 500. A little choppy, but just grinded all the way up to new high. For earnings here, the earnings we're watching for today was Qualcomm, Spotify, Meta, and Waste Management. So I want to show you a chart here. This actually, Meta is one I talked about yesterday. I was going to watch, which is basically Facebook. So we'll take a look at that and see. But let me just show you what was going on and what I saw in the market. So Google, you can see Google, we had talked about this long, huge run, and that possibly there'd be a good pullback because we're kind of area of resistance, and we ran so high, it's just a giant candle. And you see we did have that little pullback here. So we did pull back down here a little bit, retracement. I talked about this last night. I thought we could possibly pull down as low as 28.62, and maybe we do that by tomorrow. But this is kind of the area where I think there should be some level of support, maybe a little bit below it. So we'll see what that does tomorrow. Apple, you see Apple, had a nice green day today. So definitely Apple continued to show strong strength. Microsoft also up today, not quite over the 50 yet. Got to get over this 316 level, but making good progress as well on Microsoft. McDonald's. We're kind of like almost halfway into this channel back up here, but these were all earnings from last week, and they continue to look strong this week, which is great. Baba just sitting here, or actually this is Boeing. Sorry, Boeing sitting here consolidating at the top here. Needs to get above this level right here, this 209 level, to kind of break out. So looking forward to get above that level. Facebook, this is the crazy one. So they had earnings today. Overall, just generally good, nothing like really negative, but you can see how this market reacted. The 329 all the way down to 244. So you can see here 253. It blew past here. This is where when I saw it coming down, I thought, okay, where's it going to go to? And so I had some lines out here, but it blew all through those lines and actually even broke this line here. So definitely a huge drop on Facebook. Does it pop up tomorrow? It's hard to say what it's going to do. We'll see in the morning. But boy, huge drop on Facebook. And we've been seeing that with some of these earnings. Doesn't matter if they're good or bad. A lot of times you can see that retracement or huge retracement, which basically retraced everything back to March 4th of last year was erased. So pretty crazy. Looking at Exxon, you see here another new high. So it just continues. Oil just continues to rock and roll for us. So 62 is where we're at. To this next fib. Next one up here is 94 or 95 area. So do we make it that high? It's hard to say, but boy, oil continues to run a really strong. LRCX, you can see LRCX here. This was one that had pulled way back here. We talked about ones that kind of are at a bargain or on sale that came down. So you can see 731.85 is where we're at there. We came down, almost tagged the bottom here. We tagged it below the lower trend line here and then bounced off of it. We're right here. It spiked through this little gap, this open gap that we had here, but it settled at the bottom of it, just above the 200. So we got to break up here above this, get above the 20 moving average, which is at 627. get through resistance 644 and work our way back up towards, this 660 area. Tesla kind of tried to run up here, kind of failed and pulled back here. Actually showing a little weakness here right now. You can see that this was support back in this area. This is where we had a break up here, where we broke up to the highs here. And so we got to watch this and just see what kind of price action we get on this in the morning. If we break below 900, more likely we're at least coming to 880 or even down down towards 800 again. So just be real careful on Tesla if you're trading along, because it's most likely going to probably come down a little bit, especially if it breaks that 900 level. We can hold 900, then we want to get up to 930. If we get past 930, then back up to 950 and then 990. Cat, we talked about this. We bounced off here. We're still above, just consolidating here right at the 200 now. So looking to for that to provide support. NVDA. So NVIDIA tried to get up here, break above this the 100 here, but failed and came back down. So it's resting around the 20 here. So that little bit of weakness there, we got to see if we can break above that. If we break below the 20, we're coming back probably down here to the 10. If we break above here, then we got to get breakthrough resistance here at 266. So Netflix, you can see here, we had that, it's kind of choppy here. So we had this big run up here off of our support line here, which we had before, 427.50, pulled up here, rallied back up here, found some resistance, pulled back down, ran back up, double top, and then pull back here again. So now we're just sitting here resting, around this 427.29. So looking to see, do we get some strength here? You do have lower highs, so that's one thing to consider. Also, we're in this kind of almost downward sloping channel now. Just be careful. We're sitting right in the middle, so we need to either find that we're going to break up to the upside, or come to the downside here, or bounce off of one of these resistance levels to buy in. So holding on to it, just waiting to see which direction we're going here. Index, Novavax, you can see here, we continue to pull down here, and we're down here below the, down here at the bottom of this support channel here, just, trying to pop above it, and it failed. It's got to get above this 103 level really to kind of break out and start to move up above these moving averages. So still seeing a lot of weakness here. It's a little trapped right here for now. You see we had resistance before here at 83. And 117. So we got to get through some of these levels if we're going to get this to rally back up again. RK is just kind of flat here. Resistance is here at the 200 at 79. Got to break above that if we want it to rally up here. So that's kind of static. Sure to continue liking our videos and subscribe to our channel so you can get these updates, and hopefully these updates are providing some value to you. So U.S. government 10-year is pulling back down to the 20. We talked about this in multiple videos. Really, I want to get it below this 170, 160 ideally to hopefully help the market to continue to rally up. So looking for added strength to come in there. Looking at U.S. oil, we talked about Conoco and Exxon, and all these guys are just rallying to highs. It's just amazing strength in there. And you see oil here just kind of pulled back just a little bit today. So it's kind of flat up here, got a little top forming up here. Do we come down and retrace a little bit? It's possible. Now the support level here at this last breakout here, 85.39. So it's possible we come down here and check in here at some point. But it's possible to rally still above this, but we got to break back above these highs here. So around 89 would be a good ramp up to start to try to get back up to new highs again. Looking at the dollar is pulled back here to the 50, kind of bounced off there. So you can see it did hit a resistance here, pull back down, looking for support here out our trend line, actually right here at the 50 moving average. So hopefully we can bounce off here and rally back up. If not, the dollar is going to continue to show weakness, which is good for the market. But we do have our upper trend line here that it should be some type of support at 95.62. So we'll see if that provides support. The VIX continues to come down. This is great. That's what we want. It did come down here right to the 50 and the 200, the 100 and the 200 right down here, and then spike back up to the 50. Still want to see that below 20 and feel this gap in here. So looking still for the VIX to come down here and help the market continue to rally. If it doesn't, if it pops back up, then we could see the market come back down. And like I said on the title, basically the bulls could be resting after a big long run. So we just got to watch the VIX and see what price action we see there. Looking at the SPY, you can see here, got above the 50 here. So that's a great close for the SPY. You can see this upward channel that we were in before. SPY hasn't quite got there yet, but definitely this is a huge bullish momentum here, and we're above the 50. So if we can hold the 50, next resistance area is going to be, this 460 area. If we break down, you got the 20 here at to 452, and then we got to hold here around 449. If we break below 446, 447, then we could have a longer leg down. So just looking to make sure we can, if we do pop down tomorrow, that we get some support there. Triple Qs, you see the triple Qs here, you gapped up here a little bit. So definitely strong, definitely working its way above the 20. And so next area of resistance are up here around 376. If it fails and comes back, there's support down here at the 200 at 363.59. Semiconductors are rallying up. There's a nice push up here today. Did not make it over the 100 moving average, and then there's resistance here, up here around 288. So got a little work to do to get past that resistance, but semiconductors also looking good. So overall, market's looking really great. Just a matter if we can hold it or if we're going to retrace a little bit of some of this that we have going on. Dow Jones up nicely today as well, above all the moving averages now. So going from under the 200 to nice and bullish here in a few days is just an amazing run here. So 356, and you see here the chop that the Dow Jones has gone through. So that's something you have to be prepared for. We could have more of this, but right now we are breaking above everything. So 356, where we're at right now. So the next goal is to get up here 364.87, see if we can break above that and work towards new highs. So we have some work to do, but definitely the Dow Jones is looking really promising. Good IWM, nice bounce here for IWM as well. So finally, they finally found support. They didn't have to quite make it down to the 200 to find it. There is gaps down here that they could have filled, but it looks like they're going to skip it for now. Maybe they'll come back to it later. So we did find support. We're back above the 100. Tag the 10 moving average and pull back here. Actually, this is the 5. So the 5, pull back here. So we got to get above this 201 area. Break above this 210, this 215, and then we can start to rally back up here to some highs here. So looking for IWM to show some continued strength here to rally up. Financials, XLF. You see here, finally getting some green bars here. This was a gap before, kind of this long drop, this bar here where we dropped. That's kind of where we're at. So we've retraced almost this half this bar. We can get above this level here around 40. Then we got some resistance around 50, and then 41.70 up here. So hopefully financials can continue to rally. They are within the channel. They're a little elevated through it. So just be careful if you're not in it right now already. XLE, so energy's tap in the top of a resistance line and also our trend line. So this could pull back here down to around 81.50 possibly. So just be careful of that until it breaks out and confirms that it's going to stay here over 72. Then we can go ahead and we could go long on this. So watching for either a breakout and support found, or this could be pulled back here and then we got a retracement, either half of this candle or possibly all this candle here. So just something to be aware of. Bitcoin. So Bitcoin finally is breaking down here. So this is like the straightest bear flag I've ever seen, where it came down, went actually just straight line up, and now it looks like we're breaking through. So support will be down here where it started, around 34,000. And if it can hold that, then great. If not, then we have 33, 32, 31, and then back to our bottom of our trend line here. Around 27 to 26. So just looking to see if Bitcoin is going to come all the way down here, or if it can find some support before it hits this support line down here and bounces. But Bitcoin showing some weakness still. Leo pulled back after hitting this high here of 454. So, that's to be expected. Looking for it to find some support here. Still above all the moving averages. If we can get support, let's see if we can continue rally. So Leo gave a good run there. ETC is just consolidating, hasn't broken out yet, so waiting for it. Ethereum consolidating as well, looking for it to break out here so we can get a run. CRO pulled back with Bitcoin, so a lot of these cryptos move with Bitcoin, so just something to be aware of. See this little line straight up here, can't see it, but it's imaginary, but just imagine a line up here and got the same pullback that you did in the Bitcoin. So just watch Bitcoin, and then you can watch Crow, especially if you can't afford Bitcoin or a lot of it. Crow is another one you could possibly consider. So continue to subscribe. That's our stocks or cryptos. Stay safe out there. Look for the market to either go flat or pull back a little bit after this long run. Might need a resting period here. Trade safe out there. We got Thursday. We got earnings still coming up here. So just be careful out there. You watch the size of your trades, and we will talk tomorrow night, see how it's going and what to look for next.